What's up, Dolphins fans? We're back on this Victory Monday for the fourth Monday in a row. The Dolphins defeated the Browns of a final score of 39-17, and it was one of the most complete games won by this team in a while, really. And we're going to be talking about that. Not a lot of negatives for today. Then giving you guys just a preview of the rest of the season and really reacting to the game. But before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Trying to reach 400. Also, I have another channel. It's Sports Daily. I'll drop it in the description. It's just a sports channel. Highlights and stuff like that. Make sure you go check that out. But yeah, the Dolphins had a great game on Sunday. Really a complete team win. First, we'll talk about the defense, which really shut down the Browns. We had 3 sacks. Bradley Chubb had half a sack. Phillips had half a sack. Melvin Ingram had a sack. And Christian Wilkins had a sack. And then 3 tackles for loss. And then 67 tackles. Leading tackler was Landon Roberts, Bethel, Jerome Baker, and Christian Wilkins. The defense played great. I mean, they limited Chubb to under. He had 63 yards. If you take away that big run, he's like in the 20s. So really a great job by the defense. And then that secondary pretty much shut him down to only 212 yards. Xavier Howard shut down Amari Cooper. He's been getting a lot of stuff that he's not the same as he was before. And he really shut down Amari Cooper. 3 receptions for 32 yards. Only got targeted 3 times. So great game for Xavier Howard. Bethel, he also made some key plays, key pass breakups. And then Caterco, who just continuing to improve on his amazing rookie season. So that's secondary. And then obviously Javon Holland, one of the top safeties in the league, playing at a high level. Just a great game for the defense. One thing I would like to see better of, especially that they've struggled with it throughout the season, is just containing like quarterbacks from like scrambling. Jacoby Brissett had 7 carries for 40 yards, and his longest was 14 yards. So really, I would like to see them keep that on the lower side. They've struggled throughout the season, but they made up for it with them stopping the run. Then on the offensive side, Tua had another great game for the 3rd game in a row. He threw for over 280 yards. He had another great game. I think that's actually the 4th game in a row that he has over 250 yards. He had that Steelers game where he came back. But in his past 3 games, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, leading the league in QBR, passer rating. His passer rating was 135. He's the first quarterback since they've been tracking it to have above 135 for 3 consecutive games, so that's pretty impressive. He had 25 completions out of 32 attempts, 285 yards, like I said, 3 touchdowns, QBR of 93.7. Even got a Skylar Thompson for a drive. And then how about the rushing game? This rushing game looked unstoppable. There were 2 runs where Mostert and Jeff Wilson broke free for a touchdown, and they went untouched. Jeff Wilson, 17 carries, 119 yards, a touchdown. And then Raheem Mostert, 8 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. The team combined for over 190 yards and 2 touchdowns on the running attack. And then the receivers, I mean, a lot of people have been saying Tua's success is because of his wide receivers. That has definitely helped, but I mean, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle combined for 100 yards. Tyreek Hill had 44 yards for 5 receptions, only 6 targets. Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions, 66 yards, only 5 targets. So really that wasn't, Tua showed why he's, that's not really why he's having such a successful season. Trent Sherfield had a great game, had a touchdown. Alec Ingold as well had a touchdown. Tyreek Hill had that short 2-yard touchdown. But Tua, something I want to point out, Tua had a few great throws, great plays. One of them was to Waddle on 3rd down where it was a perfect throw. I mean, if it's an inch off, it gets deflected. Put it right there for Waddle where only Waddle could catch it. One of the best throws I've personally seen from Tua on the Dolphins. And then that other one to Trent Sherfield in the end zone, that was another great throw. That was like a 25-yard touchdown, I think it was. So really a great throw there. And then he had a nice play on the first drive where he kind of pump faked. He faked the defender and then dished it off to Alec Ingold, and he got a touchdown. So we're seeing him playmake, like his playmaking ability even more this season. He's had a few of those, and that's really what's making this team go. He's really the heartbeat. When we were without him, we struggled without him. And Skylar Thompson, and nothing against Skylar Thompson or Teddy Bridgewater, but he's made a difference big time when he's in the lineup. He's actually 7-0 this season in games he started and finished. So really a great season as well for Tua. Hopefully that continues. But then something we wanna touch up on is the kicking game. It was not a good day for Jason Sanders. He missed 2 extra points. Was 2 for 2 on the field goals, but he's missed throughout the season. He's missed a total of of 4 field goals, and he's missed 3 extra points. I know it hasn't costed us any games or anything, but when it gets to playoff time and we need him to make those. He hasn't made one over 50 yards. He's 0 for 3. 3 for 4 from 20 to 29. In that range, like anything under 35 has to be money. Even 50, you got to make those. I mean, you're a kicker for a reason. But I just want to see more consistency. I wouldn't be surprised if we bring someone in on the bye week to put on the practice squad, and then we'll see how, maybe we end up cutting Jason Sanders or whatever. Because he's struggled, and it hasn't been like it's just been this season. He struggled last season as well. I think it's a confidence thing, but it's been happening for a while. So I'd like to see that change. But then some bad news. Emmanuel Ogbah is out for the season with an injury. I know he didn't get going this season, but really a key piece to that defensive line. Thankfully, we got Bradley Chubb. Hopefully he heals correctly. He gets back on the field next season. But with Bradley Chubb up there, Christian Wilkins had a great game as well. Jalen Phillips, Cedar had that forced fumble. Just a great front. Melvin Ingram as well. Got a bunch of guys up there. And then it was also a huge week for the Dolphins in the playoff race, and even in the division mainly. I mean, the Bills lost to the Vikings in what was probably the game of the year so far. But that was huge because now the Dolphins, they sit at top of the AFC East. They're 7-3, leading the division. Right behind them, they have the Jets 6-3. The Bills are 6-3 as well, and then the Patriots 5-4. So definitely a tight division. We have the bye this week, so we have to go for some teams that maybe gives us some more separation. But we'll talk about that later in the week. that's pretty much it for the video. I enjoyed this win, a complete team win. I think this is something to grow on. Defense looked really good. So did the offense. And before we end the video, actually, a lot of credit to the offensive line. Didn't allow a sack. Just the running game, really, they got it going. That's where it starts, up front. Clean pocket for Tua, Myles Garrett, and Jadeveon Clowney. I don't even know if Clowney played. Never heard his name during that game. But Myles Garrett, they kept him quiet. So really a great job for them. If that play can keep going, that's gonna be a big help for the Dolphins in the future. And then lastly, the news for Byron Jones. Hopefully, I hope that he's able to practice this week and maybe give it a go against the Texans, get things started, and then go 100% in that tough stretch of games. But I'm recording this around like the time that the updates are coming up about him. It's normally every Monday at 4 o'clock. So when I'm uploading this, it might have already come out. So hopefully that he's back. Cause that'll be great. Him, Xavier Howard, Kader Kohu, that'll be great. But that's the end of the video. This week we're gonna be dropping the video of who we need to go for. Outlook for the rest of the season, some discussions. But other than that, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and fins up.